So if everybody could take a seat, we'll start our presentation here shortly. I think there's a few spots up at front. So I'd like to welcome everybody today to our MicroTransit public information session. Okay, I'll try to speak a little louder. Is that good? Okay, good. So I'd like to welcome everybody today to our public information session for MicroTransit. This is the Town of Penetanguishene's public information session that we're holding today. There's a similar one being held in the Town of Midland next week, October 15th. It's open to the public as well, so if you'd like to attend that session as well. They're holding it on October 15th at 6 p.m. Right before their council meeting. I'd like to start first by just making everybody aware that we are recording this session today. So if there's anybody that wants to go back to hear what was said or some of the comments or share it with anybody that you know that couldn't make it today, they'll be posting it on the website shortly after this meeting. So just making everybody aware of that. Let's talk MicroTransit. I know there's a lot of questions out there, especially from riders that frequent the Penetanguishene Midland Transit Service. So we wanted to hold this public information session today so that any questions and comments regarding MicroTransit can be put forward, and staff can take that feedback in and include it in any future staff reports that we'll be presenting to council after our MicroTransit RFP process has finalized. As many of you might be aware, the Town of Midland, in partnership with the Town of Penetanguishene, released an RFP for MicroTransit earlier this summer. That RFP process closed in early September. That RFP process, the review period is still ongoing, so no decisions have been made as of yet. There is going to be a fulsome staff report presented both to the councils of Midland and Penetanguishene, and that is expected to happen in November. So as of this point, no decisions have been made. The purpose of the meeting today is to provide an overview of what MicroTransit is. And for those of you that are not aware of that term, it is a fairly new transit model that a lot of transit authorities across North America are implementing. And it is a unique transit system. It's different than the fixed route transit system that we currently provide in the Town of Penetanguishene at Midland. And we'll just provide a brief overview of what MicroTransit is. Next slide, Sarah. So MicroTransit. MicroTransit is a demand-based transit model that utilizes an application-based route and scheduling software that provides transit service to residents and within the town of Midland and Penetanguishene based on an application-based program or software. It's provided through smaller transit vehicles, typically, as opposed to larger buses that the fixed route transit system typically provides. Next slide, please. So you may be wondering, why is the towns of Penetanguishene and Midland reviewing this service for potential implementation? Of paramount interest is to provide excellent service and transit service to our residents, and that those transit services be cost effective and affordable. MicroTransit provides an alternative transit model that's unique and different than the fixed route system that we currently employ. As I said, it's an application-based transit model that allows riders to request a ride through a smartphone app. It could be through a computer, or it could be phoned in. And that is different than what we currently provide today, which is a fixed route. So the bus goes along a fixed route along a transit corridor, picks up riders along the way. So that's the two distinct differences between the two transit models. The MicroTransit system has proven to be an effective. Okay. MicroTransit has been proven to be an effective model in providing transit and a viable alternative to the fixed route system. So this potential MicroTransit model could change our service area, increase the number of residents that have access to transit within our boundaries, and provide a cost-effective solution for that. Our typical transit route follows a fixed path, picks up riders along a fixed route in Penetanguishene and Midland. The MicroTransit system will provide a door-to-door service that would pick riders up at their desired place of pickup. That's another one of the key benefits of MicroTransit is the fact that it is flexible in terms of where it can be provided within the town limits. Our current fleet right now is we operate 2 buses within the town of Penetanguishene along one fixed route. The town of Midland has 3 buses that operates its fixed route. Those buses are expensive to maintain. The drivers require specialized licenses to operate those buses, whereas a MicroTransit system operates with smaller vehicles, not requiring those specialized licenses. Actually, if we can hold to the end of the presentation there, sir, we'll answer any of your questions. Next slide, please. So what does this mean for the typical transit rider? So there's no changes being proposed as of yet. As I said earlier in the presentation, no decisions have been made. We're simply in a review process at the moment. There'll be staff reports brought forward to the respective councils within Midland and Penetanguishene in November, at which time further direction will be given by each council. So as of right now, no decisions have been made. We're still in the review process. So that's the end of my brief presentation. I wanted to open the floor up to questions or comments that anybody might have. But what I would just ask that if you have questions, if you could come to the microphone so that people watching the video can hear your question.
Hello, I'm Debbie Petrie. I live in Georgian Village. I am a volunteer in 2 areas. One, Georgian Bay General Hospital. The other one is Gateway Bookmark Used Bookstore. I do them both on the same day. Now, if you have this microservice, I don't have a cell phone, for one thing, or a computer. So how am I supposed to order this service when I don't have such a thing? So if I'm at the superstore, they don't have a payphone anywhere to order this. And I have asked at the courtesy desk if they won't order it. So my Another question that I would like to ask is if when are these hours going to start? Because I leave for the hospital at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm there at 10 after 7 to go to the hospital, and I'm there until either 12 o'clock, and then I go and do the bookstore in the afternoon, or I do from 7 to 9, and then I go and do the bookstore in the morning. So, but another question that I would like to ask is the fare that we are going to be charged. Is this going to be retro to what we are paying now for our bus, or are we going to be increased to the fact, because I am in a low income bracket, so I can't afford to, if I can't afford a cell phone, there's no way that we're going to, like there are so many people that get on the bus that won't be able to afford to, like that live in Waypoint or at the Windet building for seniors. There is so many, there are parents that are picking up their children from school. What are they going to do? Because it's not fair. What am I supposed to do with my walker with this micro service? And another thing, what about these people that are in wheelchairs? What are we supposed to be doing with such things?
Thank you for the questions. I'll try to answer them in the sequence that they were presented. So in terms of for those individuals, like for example, so you can request a ride through the transit app, a computer, and just a landline. But your question is related to what if you don't have access to a telephone? Is that correct? So that's something that we can review as part of this process. In terms of those individuals that don't have access to a telephone, to see what other alternatives could be provided, because it's a great question, and something that we'll have to take back during our review, because that's a great question, and we'll have to review that as part of our review process as part of MicroTransit. The second question you had was, I think, regarding the fare structure of the MicroTransit or potential MicroTransit system. What we were envisioning is something similar to our existing fare structure that we have right now. So we're not envisioning changes at the present time to the fare structure. So in terms of affordability, we would want to keep it to a point that obviously is not a hardship to riders. And I think the second or the third part of your question there was related to accessibility for those that are in wheelchairs, in terms of providing accessible service. So if we do decide to go ahead with the MicroTransit service, any service that we do implement would have to be accessible, would have to meet those requirements for accessible service like our existing buses are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, another question, I just want to let you know that because I live in Georgian Village, we have, once a month, we have a bus that takes us, but it's a van, and it's a 12-seat van that, and you can put walkers in, we cannot get wheelchairs in there, but they have the accessible van that can do that. But why can't the towns go ahead and get like a smaller van to pick up so many people going on the route as such as it is, and that would be, at least that would be less money for gas, we're still using going around and picking people up, but at least that would be a better situation, and you're not, we're not losing out on anything.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great point. So again, as I indicated, so any service that we would provide would include an accessible option to that, to allow the pickup of those individuals that have wheelchairs. So that point is well taken, and that's something that we would have to do anyway.
What this microservice is, so they're not doing a route. You have to phone, you have to phone them to order this pickup. So what if I need to be somewhere at 7 o'clock? Would I be able to be picked up at 7 o'clock and taken to where I need to go and then would I be able to, like, I'm just wondering how this is going to work.
Yeah. Existing the MicroTransit service is based on so if you were to have an appointment at 7 o'clock, for instance, you would say call them at 6 o'clock and say I need to be at a certain location for 7 o'clock, and they would give you an estimated time of arrival for your pickup, and so that you would have adequate time to get to your appointment, let's say. And then if you needed to go from, let's say, the doctor's office to the shopping mall, you could make another trip or book another trip from the doctor's office to the mall and book that through the system.
Okay. Okay.
I'm Sandra Gilbank. Debbie asked so many questions I wanted to ask you, but what happens like when people go to work, there's 5 people that need the bus at the same time? And if you, like you said, if you want to, you have to be home at a certain time for your kids or anything?
Yeah, so for example, like for each ride request, so they would take that into their system. You might be sharing that ride with some other individuals.
But are they going to be there on time?
Yes, they would give you an
Has to have
estimated time
appointments,
for.
pick up their children or anything. And
Yeah, as part of the system, they would give you a time for pickup, and again, for other rides after that, you could schedule it again, and it would pick you up at those times.
you're going to be on the phone pretty well a lot of times then.
Or again,
Like,
there's
the phone's going to be available all the time when you want to.
well, again, it's available by landline or
Yeah.
telephone and cell phone, or you can use the app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of people here from the town was helping me. We did a petition. I got 26 pages here of signatures that we want to keep our bus and the bus drivers, because the bus drivers are excellent here. They know where people are going all the time, where they have to get off, where you got to meet them. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
We can take that. Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
My name is Lucille Robichai. My question is, where was the study done for the microtransit? Where is it situated and where is it working?
In terms of a study, there was no study completed, and for MicroTransit, it was an RFP process that we issued as in partnership with the town of Midland. MicroTransit, it has been in use in Ontario. It's in use right now. Right now, the town of Bradford has just implemented, as my understanding, for the last year. There's other smaller municipalities that have implemented. So it is fairly new in Ontario, but it has been in use across North America.
positive part of it or the negative part of it?
Yeah, some of the benefits for it is that it's the supply of the transit is actually based on demand. So you can actually increase your fleet as demand rises and actually route your demand for trips based on commuter technology. So you're actually doing a route based on trips that have been called in at that time, and it actually does it in the most efficient manner. So you're actually taking advantage of the route. You're actually doing a route, but it's not a fixed route.
Yeah, well, a lot of the seniors don't have access to any kind of app, any computer, or like Debbie doesn't even have a phone. I mean, I have one, but no, not everybody has access. So I can't be at Giant Tiger and, oh, can you come and pick me up? If I don't have access to the app.
And again, what I would say to that is obviously we can take that feedback back during the review.
Important point.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
It's a very important
It is.
point because not everybody has access
Yep.
to that. And most of the seniors, and I take the bus on a regular basis, and most of the seniors are they know the schedule. They know when they're at the doctor's office and they have to take another appointment. They know that the time that they're going to take the appointment, they're sure to have that bus there.
Mhm.
And they'll make it on time. So that was my point, like to think about the seniors, and a lot of seniors use it to go, they go to the grocery store, everywhere.
Yeah.
And I see them on the bus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking of them mostly. And family, yes, I just saw a lady there going to pick, she couldn't come today because she's going to pick up her kid at the school. And she doesn't have a car. And of course, the wheelchairs, that was something else. I don't know if there's a specialty bus for the wheelchairs, but I know on the bus here, when we see them, we make sure they get on.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my point.
Thank you for the comment.
Thank you.
So yeah, I would say in response to those comments, the question regarding the access to a telephone is a good point, and again, going back, we could obviously ensure, like if MicroTransit is selected to go forward, obviously training, public information sessions on how to use the system will definitely be crucial. Sure. Yeah. So if you could go to the podium, that'd be great.
Answering that phone for the public transit. I mean, it's busy. Oh, it's busy. Oops.
Again, we would obviously, I can't go into the details of any particular proposal or RFP submission, but again, that would be obviously one of the key factors that we would have to, yeah. But again, just I think the training and obviously the implementation process of this will be key.
Yes.
And obviously ensuring, you also mentioned the accessible service for wheelchairs. So that would be obviously a key part of whatever microtransit service we implement, if we do implement it.
Yes.
So that would be a key factor in that.
And I'm part of the petition.
Yeah.
I'm part of that.
Okay.
I got that going.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Russell Butzlow. We used to have a bus go on Champlain Road and pick up people. And there was a lot of people that used to take those buses. Now they want to go to smaller buses. What's the luck? They overpaying the cops or what? I'm not afraid to tell you. That's true. Because I found out from the grapevine. And we gotta keep those transits going.
Thanks for the comment. Thank you. Is there any other, anybody else that would like to approach the podium?
My name is Barbara Ann Spack. I'm wondering, would you keep the current system of paying by cash or reloadable card?
Again, I think the payment method would be flexible, whatever system that we do implement. But that's again another item that we would obviously review as part of our evaluation process. Yeah.
Because I think that it would be a good thing. You enter, you have your cash,
Yeah.
or you just have the card.
Yeah.
And then I'm wondering, would it be available on Sundays? Would it be weekdays like it is now? Would any of the hours be extended?
The schedule would be very similar to what it is now. Again, if we do proceed with a microtransit provider, it would be very similar hours to what we provide right now. But again, that's one of the other benefits of microtransit is the fact that it is scalable and able to expand.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Pat. I have a couple questions. Do you have any numbers here? How many of these microtransit buses will you be bringing in? We have 5 right now, the big buses. How many of those?
Again, the number of transit buses, again, is something that's probably yet to be determined. But it would be enough microtransit buses to meet the demand that we would have within our systems. But again, I can't delve into the number of vehicles because right now we don't really know.
Okay, what's the seating capacity for a big bus compared to one of these buses?
Again, our buses right now, I believe, are a seating capacity of about 30 people. And obviously the buses that we would entertain or use as part of microtransit would be significantly smaller.
What's that? How much is
Again, I can't give you an exact number because right now we haven't selected a provider. But I can say it would be a number of vehicles that would meet the demand.
And the licensed drivers driving these buses, will they be high quality like the ones we have now? Because the ones we have now have to pay extra to get their license to drive these buses.
Yes.
Can anybody drive one of these microtransits?
But again, it would be based on licensing. So again, we would obviously want to maintain the high level of service that we provide in terms of our bus driver service. So that would be a key factor in selecting any vendor going forward.
And what's all these microtransit buses going to cost the town in comparison to what we have now?
We're still reviewing the RFP submissions. So again,
So you have no numbers?
Nothing right now that we can reveal.
Interesting.
That would be revealed as part of a future report that's coming to council in November.
Okay, so you got 2,600 signatures.
Okay.
We're a democratic society, and I think that's majority rules. I think we want to keep the transit system that we have now. It's operating, but if it's not broken, why fix it? You know, I mean, this is going to cost a township, I can guarantee you right now, it's going to cost the township more money than keeping these buses. And then the idea for the township and the council here that's what they want to do, is save the township money. This is going to cost some money. A lot of money.
I want to mention to you too is on the a couple of days, the day before baby bonus comes out and at the end of the month, we have every available seat, standing room only on the buses. I mean, they are so packed that they've had to turn people away because they couldn't fit them on the bus. So how is this microservice going to do this? I mean, to fit all of these people on to get them all where they need to go at the end of the month and baby bonus. I mean, you've got to take that into consideration because there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. These people want to get where they want to get to and not have to deal with trying to put away all the other people when, because you can't. And how many people will be able to go on these micro? Is there only going to be 4, 6 people at a time? I mean, that's just.
Yep, thank you. Thank you for the comments. Yep, no, absolutely. For the demand, obviously, there's going to be peak periods of demand, and through the microtransit service, they would be scaled up in terms of providing more vehicles during those high demand times. And obviously, the buses are going to be are going to be smaller than what we provide right now, but it will be sized accordingly to meet those demands.
How about we just keep the system as is?
Well, your comments are appreciated, and that's exactly why we're having the session today, is so
Yeah.
we can get feedback from transit riders and the public in general.
Okay, because the other option I could see is maybe you could do both. It was a crazy comment.
Thanks for the comment. Is there anybody else that would like to provide a comment? Question.
So just a quick question about transit. So some people use transit as it currently is as an unofficial warming or cooling station during winter or summer, right? What kind of alternatives would then be available for that? Like, this is actually a function that it has, and it's needed. So is there a plan for that in this kind of system, or an alternative for folks?
That's an excellent question. Again, with the on-demand transit or microtransit system, it's more ride-based, so it's a starting point and an ending point.
Okay, so no, the answer will be no.
Yeah, as opposed to a fixed route that we currently provide. So no, that would be in terms of people staying on the bus for extended period of time.
So that might be something that you would need to consider, because that's a fair number of people who might need that. And there's another question I have, which is with regards to reliability, because I have someone who's related to me. He uses Wheel-Trans in Toronto quite a lot, and it's a very similar kind of system. It's on-demand, ride-based, and they try to stack the system. And she is regularly waiting 20 to 40 minutes. The window that they give people to take the transit is you have to be available for half an hour before and half an hour after, and you have to work it into all of your plans. So this person is a student. She has to get to class by 2:00. So she has to have the time it's going to take the trip and another half an hour ahead of that, that she could be available. And late at night, getting somewhere, it's very dodgy because she's obviously waiting to get home in the dark in some pretty dodgy locations. And it could be waiting for 40 minutes in the middle of the winter in the cold. Like, it's not there are some challenges that have been identified here in terms of like scheduling for stuff that, yeah, it's really easy. You just use the app and they show up. Well, if you want to, like, I don't know how Bradford is going, but I certainly know how Wheel-Trans works in Toronto, which is a very similar kind of program, right? And except at Toronto, it's just filling gaps. But here it would be the only system available. So for what it's worth, there's a caution, I think, that like some folks here have expressed a concern about that really needs to be taken seriously.
Thank you for the comment. Is there anybody else that would like to ask a question or provide a comment? Yeah.
Another problem that sorry, my name is Anna Sharon, but this is another problem why I'm limping. Healthcare is down the drain. It's a waiting period. And I think as well with the transit, that's what's going to happen. I've listened to a lot of the comments that the people have made, and they are legitimate comments. We do have a good system now that's working. It's taking people from home to work, from home to the hospital, from home to visiting other people, from home to do shopping. And I think it is very important that basically this continues. I have used the bus as well. I enjoy using the bus. And I did push for the bus transportation. We finally did get it. So I love to take the bus and basically check and see how people are doing. And it's amazing. There is so much friendship on some of the buses. People are talking, communicating, and for some of the seniors that actually do get out, it is also very, very important to them because they've actually had a person listen to them and they've been able to speak. And that, I think, in itself is a great necessity for a lot of the seniors that we have in this area and community. They depend on it. I've also watched people using the bus to go to work. You have a lot of young students that basically jump on the bus and they are going to work. What would happen if that is not available? And I just think it's a shame because we do have a good system. The Penetang people love it. We have also people coming in from Midland that basically love to shop at our IGA or Foodland. It's a part of socializing for them. They will come and they will go to bingo. They come over here to buy tickets. It's all a social thing for people. And I think that is very, very important. And as I said, I've enjoyed the company of a lot of the people that I've got to know. And it would be a drastic shame if this discontinued. We would lose a lot of friendly people and also people that basically need it. As Debbie said, I have volunteered with Debbie at the hospital as well. And there was always a bus available. Waypoint at one particular time had a bus, which actually got all the volunteers from Penetang to go into Midland when the hospital closed. I used the Waypoint bus. I was there every day as well. I worked in different departments. I enjoyed it. And to take that away from somebody who basically needs it to actually get out, socialize, but also help other people is important. And I look at it as it's working. Leave it alone. Thank you.
Thank you for those comments.
It'd be short, sweet, because I'm no public speaker, let me tell you. But you know, as we get older, we hate change. We like consistency. And I've been taking the transit for some time because I haven't been able to drive in about 10 years now. So due to night blindness. And so I depend on that bus. I know the route, I know the times, the pickup, the drop-offs, whatever. I wish they'd extend the times a little bit on the weekend. People work through the week, whatever, but to lose it would be a shame, a real shame, because we depend on it. And it is, you do see people on the bus and you do build somewhat relationships, you know. Might be small talk, but it's it's just nice to get out. We all need that. And yeah, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Leave it the hell alone. Just leave it.
Is there any other comments? Anybody would like to make any additional comments on MicroTransit? Sorry, can you come to the podium there, Anna? Yeah.
Thing I was going to ask is, Barry has tried this system. How is it working?
I haven't reached out to the city of Barrie myself as to how their microtransit system is working, but again, it would be as part of our overall review process. As I indicated, we haven't. There's no decisions being made today or tomorrow. We will be presenting a staff report along with the town of Midland to their council and our council in November, and further direction will be made after that.
Because you see, Barry also had a very good setup for seniors. If you were to cut the routes because of money, Barry, I think, has covered the seniors on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They are allowed to drive on the bus without paying. So if it is a money factor and you're looking at saving money, are there other alternatives that can be done if we keep the bus?
Again, those alternatives, those financial implications would be reviewed as part of a fulsome staff report that would come to council. So again, I can't reveal anything right now in terms of financial implications, but that would be brought forward to council for consideration.
Okay. That was my concern, because I think Barry was having a lot of vocal opinions and a lot of the people didn't like it. So I was just wondering whether they have still continued on or not. They have also moved their transit out to Allendale now. So basically, it's not on Maple Street anymore. Everybody has to go out there. So once again, even if we were to take the bus from here into there, what happens? Do you know?
In terms of the Lynx bus that comes into to Barrie,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that connection, but we can get that information to you if that's
because a lot of people as well do go into Barrie. And if they don't have transportation here, how do they get to Barrie? See, that was the other concern.
Yeah, that would be a question that we would have to bring up as part of a Lynx the county Lynx service that goes into Barrie. So that would be something that we would have to approach them with, but that would be a question better addressed to the county for that. Yeah.
Okay. Can we also get council to speak to the county on behalf of the people here that actually use that system as well? Because we're stranded here. We can't get out of Penetang.
So the Lynx bus comes from Penetanguishene to Barrie, but it doesn't go to the hospital. Is that correct? It goes to
the hospital and it goes to Georgian College.
Right.
Now, Georgian College now in Aurelia is closing down because we do have the links going into Aurelia but you have to catch it out in Midland at the other end.
Right. Right. Again, that is something we could bring forward to
So,
the county of Simcoe with their conversations.
but then how would this new micro bus system work if you have to transfer to Midland and continue on?
That's something that we would have to review. Should we proceed with MicroTransit? That would be one of those connecting links that we would have to discuss with our vendor for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. But how are you going to do it to inform everybody?
So if the council or the town of Penetanguishene decides to proceed with MicroTransit, we would have obviously a training and public outreach sessions so that we would, obviously get details in terms of how to train to book rides, how to do that, how to familiarize with the system.
Yeah.
That would be a key component in terms of implementation.
But how do you get that information to people that don't have computers or telephones or?
Well, again, based on the feedback that we've gathered today, a lot of good feedback about where people are coming from. So we would, as part of any public information session, whether it be here, the arena, or elsewhere, we would likely go to where people are using the system, so that we could make outreach to them.
But with the mail system down, you can't reach everybody. You just can't.
Yeah, the Canada Post strike has definitely put a wrench in things in that respect. We would obviously have to look at alternative measures to get the word out, so to speak.
Yes.
And get communications out. So that's a good point for sure.
Yes, it's important to reach so many people, and with the mail system down, it's difficult. And people that don't have computers, and I'm sure lots of them don't. And even I don't have your app, the town app, on my phone, on my tablet, actually. But yeah, so it's to get the information out there once the decision has been made.
Absolutely, that's a vital part of this, and the feedback that we're.
A lot.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yes.
I would like to know when this service is going to start.
In terms of the implementation date, that will largely depend on if we go ahead with the service and which vendor we pick. So it'll be dependent on those schedules. But as soon as we have direction, we will obviously have communications go out to people to tell them when the system is going live, if it does.
The only reason I'm asking is because when this came out about this system, one of the things that was told was that it was going to start on January the 2nd of 2026. That is not appropriate, for one thing, because of the weather conditions. You can't expect seniors to do this new system with these weather conditions the way that they're going to be. You're asking for a lot for seniors to know to do this at that particular time of the year. Maybe into March and April, maybe that would be a better time to actually do that. And another question I'd like to know is, when is this, what are the hours going to be for this micro system? I mean, is it going to be Monday to Friday from 9 to 5, or what?
So the system, if council or the town decides to go ahead with MicroTransit, would be very similar to our transit hours right now. So it would be very similar to what we provide today, with the Monday to Friday service, with service on Saturday as well.
So that new system, what does it, what will it cost the individual here per ride?
In terms of the fare structure, we would we would plan to keep it the same or similar to what is in place right now.
And what is that?
The same fare structure that we have right now. So for a single ride, I believe.
Because right now it's free for the past 2 years. So
In terms of seniors?
yeah, for seniors are.
So yeah, so
There's going to be a cost, right?
no, we would keep the same fare structure. So if it's we have free seniors in Penetanguishene, we would endeavor
So
to
it
do
would
that.
be still
Yes,
free.
yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. The other reason why you have a place to keep the bus. I hear that a lot of people, the mechanics don't want to fix the bus and stuff like that. What does that mean? You know, like that's what I heard, that if there's breakdowns, there's supposed to be 2 bus per town, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, there's
So the transit
there's 2
buses
bus, there's 2 bus in Penetang, 2
Yeah.
bus in Midland. So
Yeah, so Penetanguishene
so when
operates.
there's a breakdown, I remember last year or the year before, I went 3 days without a bus because of the breakdown.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. So the town of Penetanguishene operates 2 buses for the one route.
Yeah.
The town of Midland has 3 buses.
Yeah, I know, but why, if one bus is broken down, why not use the other one to continue the process?
Yes, that is the typical process. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yep.
What's going to happen to the bus driver if they lose their job driving their transits?
Again, obviously, if no decisions have been made right now, but obviously the transition between the fixed route and the MicroTransit, if it does happen, obviously there would be the bus drivers that we use right now are town of Midland employees again. So that aspect of the transit system is handled by the town of Midland. But again, I can't speak to that.
Okay. We used to, when we had the bus for us, we never had these transit that you want to bring in. Why do you want to change that?
Sorry.
These micro transit, why do you want to aim the big regular transit to these ones?
Again, it's just exploring the option. MicroTransit is a new transit kind of model that's out in the market right now, and as part of getting the best service and the most cost-effective service, that's why we're looking at it.
I would rather have our regular transit that we got now than do something different.
I appreciate the comment. Thank you.
Question. Do we own these buses? Does township own the buses, Penn Mid? Do we own these buses?
The town of Penetanguishene and town of Midland own their buses, yes.
So if we decide to go this other route, you said vendor. Are they renting them to us or are we owning them outright?
That would be subject to part of each individual proposal. And again, I can't reveal that right now.
So renting obviously would be cheaper than owning them outright. But if you have to buy them outright, how much is that going to cost?
Again, we can't reveal any financial implications.
When will we have something financial that we can go on?
There'll be a report presented by both towns in the November meeting.
What's the date on that again?
Again, it would be the second Wednesday of November for the town of Penetanguishene. And again, I don't know off the top of my head for the town of Midland.
Okay, so far the council here, are they for it or against it?
Again, that would be determined once a fulsome staff report is presented to the council.
And my same question for the Midland Council. Are they for it or against it?
Again, I would have
Because this
to,
has to be a combined effort, doesn't it?
yep, absolutely. So we've issued the tender in, with the town of Midland. But again, their decision is the town of Midland's decision. I can't speak for what the town of Midland's gonna decide.
So if they decide to go this way and they rent them, who's going to repair them? Does the vendor take care of that?
Again, that
And
would
there's
be,
no cost to us?
again, I can't reveal that right now because we haven't made a decision, and I can't reveal anything that's outlined in any RFP submission.
Okay, so all these questions we've asked, when it comes to the financial part of it, will be answered on November the 2nd. Is that correct?
Yeah, the financial implications would be discussed at that meeting, yes.
Okay, thank you.
I think I said my name last time, Kirsty Hunter. I just had a couple more questions. One has to do with bicycles, because some people use bicycle, transit, other transit, especially with that Barrie Midland link, students and other. Would there be provision for people to do things like have bicycles or wheelchairs or other transportation aids with them, strollers, et cetera?
For the wheelchair component of the question there, for sure, we definitely have to provide an accessible option for whatever transit model we choose. So there's definitely going to be a wheelchair accessible option, whatever model we provide. The question about bicycles and strollers is a good one, and that's something that we could take back and review that as part of our review process.
Okay. The second question I had has to do with like some of these systems that are already running around the continent and stuff. A big part of the sales pitch is that these can use driverless vehicles. Like a lot of them are using Waymo vehicles in the States. So is that part of the long-term plan, is to have driverless vehicles as part of this system?
Again, I can't reveal any details of any particular RFP submission, but again, I can't preclude anything in terms of what we may pick in the future. But
So maybe
that's still to be determined. Is there any other questions or comments from the audience? All right. Well, thank you very much for coming today. And it was a lot of good discussion, a lot of good comments and questions. And I appreciate all of your time. Thank you.